scheduled to be with us for a full-length interview coming up on Friday morning at 9:45, but we wanted to get in touch with Senator Joe Pittman this morning as well, just briefly to talk about what went on yesterday in the Pennsylvania Senate at the swearing-in ceremonies. Normally, those are just nice, quiet affairs. Our conversation brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Senator, good morning.
Morning, Todd.
I'll tell you what, I was reminded, watching that yesterday, I was reminded of the movie Anchorman after the big brawl. Boy, that escalated quickly, and then old Champ said, yeah, it jumped up a notch. It jumped up a notch yesterday, didn't it?
Well, that's what happens when you don't follow the rules of the Senate. The President of the Senate is the presiding officer. He is not the king. He does not get to establish the rules of the chamber, and we have clear rules, and he refused to follow them, so we did what we have the ability to do, and that is to put the presiding officer in place that would follow Mason's manual and the rules of the Senate.
The president of the Senate, of course, being Lieutenant Governor John Fetterman, who ended up getting did he fully get ejected from the chambers?
Well, we voted to the 25 seated members. I was not sworn in at the time, so only the 25 members who were elected 2 years ago and currently sworn and seated voted. But those 25 members voted to remove him as the presiding officer. The lieutenant governor at that point did willingly leave after a period of time. He tried to continue to preside, but at that point in time, the president pro tempore, Senator Corman, took the gavel and then began to continue the process of swearing the members in.
And when it came to one particular senator, he was not sworn in, and that really is the root of what really happened yesterday. Take us through that process. What has happened to this point? What do you anticipate happening next?
It is. The 45th District, the outcome of that Senate seat remains unclear. The situation is that it is in federal court. The long, windy story behind this is that there were 308 ballots in Allegheny County that were not dated by the voter. Our election code clearly says that a voter shall sign and date a ballot that is submitted by the mail. Those 308 ballots were not dated. Our state Supreme Court issued a ruling that they believed that the word shall doesn't really mean must, and felt that those ballots should go ahead and be counted this time only, even though they recognized that that's what our election code said, that they shall be dated. So at this point, the dispute is in federal court. If those 308 ballots are counted, Jim Brewster is elected by 69 votes. If they are not counted, Nicole Ziccarelli is elected by 24 votes. So this, more than anything, shows you that every vote does matter. But the bottom line is it's a contested election. We chose not to seat anybody in the seat. The federal court, as I understand it, is proceeding through its hearings this week, and we'll see what kind of resolution they come to. But ultimately, we, as the Senate, have the ability and the constitutional duty to determine the qualifications of our members. And at this point in time, we do not have a qualified member from the 45th District, and that's what we did.
Had the senator been sworn in yesterday, would he have had to have been removed had the federal court ruled in Zuccarelli's favor?
Well, and that would have been part of the problem. You know, we have a court dispute here. If he would have been sworn in and the courts would have ruled in his favor, or in her favor, then he would have had to have been removed and a new member sworn in. But to me, we have a constitutional crisis here in many ways. This here reflects the challenge that we have with our state Supreme Court right now. The last time I checked, the word shall means must. I don't think there's any question what the word shall means. It's the very first thing we in the legislature are told. There's a big difference between shall and may when you enact laws. And our election law says that you shall date those ballots. And for that to be thrown out to me is egregious. Ultimately, we have the ability per our Constitution to judge the qualifications of the members. And candidly, we have a petition in front of us from Ms. Ziccarelli that we have the ability to act on, and I'm just not convinced that we shouldn't move to seat her as the sworn member at this point, because as far as I'm concerned, shall means shall, and applying that standard, which 60 counties in the Commonwealth applied that standard when they counted their ballots, that she should be seated. But that'll be a determination for the membership and all of us as we begin to go through this very delicate process of determining the legitimacy of her petition and the ruling of the state Supreme Court.
All right. Well, by the time we talk with you on Friday, maybe this will have been resolved, and we'll look forward to seeing what that decision is. Senator, thanks so much for taking a little bit of your time this morning before breakfast.
My pleasure, Todd. Happy to do it, and best wishes to you for a Happy New Year.
And to you. We'll talk with you on Friday.
Take care.
22 minutes after 7 o'clock. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.